Good evening. We are live with episode 8, season 2 of The Fall of Vaybaba. Dan is already trying to scream at us, but we have all audio clips turned off during stream because it was an absolute nightmare for Mike during editing, and it made me jump too many times, and my poor old heart can't take it because, yeah. So, as usual, for those who don't know and don't play D&D, this is the game. There is no fancy graphics, no computer program. Well, there's the computer programs we're using, but no proper software or anything. There's just us as a collective, collaborative storytelling, trying not to die by the hands of that man up there. So, everyone who's in the game, thank you very much. Everyone who is in the game has been shouted up above with their channels if you want to go check them out, see how they're doing. But we'll say hi to Steve Corbs, who's playing Walther.
Hello.
Captain Danface, top right, playing HK.
Hello.
That was so, odd. We have Ben Kerno, bottom left, playing Mugneth.
Hello.
And I am playing Logan as myself and my 3,000 accents because my memory is terrible. And our fearless leader who runs it all, tries to kill us, puts this all together, writes the story, sings the story, everything else, is Mike, Captain Gingerbeard up top, RDM. I'll hand you over to him for our usual little recap, and we'll get straight back into it. Take it away, Mike.
Yo, 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 yo. Here we are. We're back at Vaybaba. It's hot today, isn't it? It's really hot. So, windows are open, doors are open. Expect to hear people outside honking horns and stuff like that. But, never mind. We'll ignore all that because we are going back to Vaybaba. And I'm going to tell you what happened in the last session. I'm sure you probably already know what happened in the last session because you've been following us, surely, live on YouTube and via the podcast. However, if you didn't pay attention to what happened last time, the party met with another Warforged by the name of Butler. And he was really annoying, wasn't he? Let's face it, I listened back to him today and I was like, this guy is super annoying. I wish I never created him because, quite frankly, I want him to die.
His annoyance is only surpassed by that magic man who ruined my life.
The magic. Oh yes, yeah. He was. Yeah, I've created some really super annoying NPCs, but yeah, this guy was really annoying. However, he did say he'd take you to meet his master after supplying you with some fairly nice equipment. There was a sword. There was some guns. There was an arm-mounted grappling hook. But yeah, he took you to meet his master, and the master was a ginormous construct. I think we said he's about 9 feet tall, so it's slightly bigger than HK. Shortly after taking to see him, Butler very quickly powered down, and this large construct powered up, and we entered combat. We are still subject to wild magic storms, and as a consequence of that, HK is now permanently very vibrant blue. Can only be remedied with a remove curse. What else happened in that session? I mean, not a lot because it was a big combat session. So Mugneth got battered, and he went down. The whole party, in fairness, got battered, but Mugneth went down. And that's pretty much what we got to. We're at the top of a new round in initiative. So let me just reorganize my table here so that I can do what I need to do. So we had at the top of the round was HK, then it was Volta, Mugneth, who's obviously down, then Logan. The bot goes at 13, so he slots in, between HK and Volta. The machine itself was self-repairing, which was obviously causing a huge amount of problems for the group, because no matter what they did to it, it seems to just keep going and take it really. But so we're at the top of a new round of initiative. So we'll begin with HK. if you would like to take out your dice, sir, and prepare for more. You had, I believe, now you'd put yourself between the bot, this construct, and Butler. In the last episode, Butler, the construct that you were fighting, was taking a turn. It turned to its right hand side where Mugnef was, and that's where we pretty much ended. It battered Mugnef there. I think Logan took a turn. Well, he would have took a turn because obviously you're last in the initiative because we started at the top this time. The room itself, just a reminder, was a sort of diamond-shaped room. There were pillars. The pillars had depictions of the gods upon them, most of them ruined. I think Logan identified that and showed you a figurine he'd stolen from the games room to compare to these statues. So yes, we will start top of the round. HK, you are up first. You're all within close combat with it. As I say, Mugnef is down. HK, Volta, Logan, you are in the room. You are there. Guessing battered, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Over to you, HK.
All right. I'm looking at my character sheet. It seems like I've used almost everything I can do.
Yeah, listening back to the episode for the editing, you had pretty well exhausted everything at this point. I believe, just as a little reminder for you guys, that you'd tried reasoning with it. It didn't like that because it's very quickly turned against Logan and Mugnef, who had tried reasoning with it. But it seemed to respond, I think, if I remember right. Not positively, because I don't think anyone was successful in rolling a high enough number, but it seemed to pay attention to that reasoning, I suppose.
That's the impression I got.
Yeah, I think so.
Until it knocked me out.
So it is HK's go, and then will be the construct.
I guess I will hit it. Twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. It has high AC, and it also used its. Let me see now. It had 20 hit points. I'm just rereading back through to make sure I'm correct on its AC because I know it had an AC block. There we are. 5 to 6 charges before a creature attacks. Okay, so its AC is reduced from it was in the last round because each round it would have to do it. So new round, AC's back down to its original AC.
Okay. I rolled on my first hit. I rolled an 18.
18 just hits it, and I mean just hits it. It was looking pretty good at this point. I mean, I said it was self repairing as you went along.
Plus strength. Sorry, I've recently put my character sheet in a PDF, so I'm getting used to that.
That's okay.
That's a 8 damage.
8 points of damage. No problems. So it goes down from there.
Oh, sorry. Plus 11. So 11 damage.
11 damage in total. Yep, that's fine. 8. That's cool. Okay, was that both attacks, or was that just your first of two?
One.
Yep.
Second one is nat 20.
Sweet.
Yo-yo.
So you know what that means? Max damage plus your rolled damage.
21.
21 points of damage. Significant damage to most, unfortunately, against this thing. As we found in the last session, it's just taking it and taking it and taking it. You probably dent it, and it just sort of looks at you and that bizarre noise it likes to make. Nope, nothing, unfortunately, that's going to really stop it. And it will turn to HK. You hit it, it will turn to you. It's its turn. And it's going to... I've lost my dice tower, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to roll on the table. And hopefully, don't lose my dice. Because I am notorious for it. That is a 17.
That just hit. Oh.
That just hits. Okay. If it just hits, then it definitely hits. It's got a +10 to hit you, so
Jeez.
I seem to remember you were also fairly low on health.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just under half.
It's got its multi-attack, so it's shield and its slam, unfortunately. The first
I'm
one...
raging, so it'll be halved.
It's half. That's cool. I seem to remember something like that. That's cool. So we are 3d12 with its shield. Let me just dig out my d12s. I might have to turn my light on because it's getting quite dark in this corner. We've got there 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's not a d12. Where's my d12? There's my d12. Cool. It would help if I actually organise this stuff beforehand. That is a 2. 5 is 7. And 12. That is 7, 8, 9. That's 19 points of damage. So dunk, dunk, dunk. 3 slams of its shield, and then it's going to come in with that bludgeoning arm to have another go at you. I believe I need to make another attack roll to make sure that one hits. That one would be impossible. I really need this dice tower back. That is a 7 plus 12 to hit, so 18, 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Yeah, that's cool. And that one is also a d12 of bashing damage with its arm. That is 3. 3 is 6, and a further 3 is 9 points of damage from it slamming you with its mace-type arm. And it will take its reaction to block. So at the end of its turn, next time before a creature attacks. Yeah, so next time anyone goes to attack it, you'll see its shield will enlarge and it will place it in front of itself. I suppose similar to those the big things out of Halo, the big blue monsters that you have to shoot in the back with a shotgun. Can't think what they're called now off the top of my head, but never mind. Okay, so
Brutes.
Sorry?
Brutes.
That's the ones, the brutes, yes.
The big brutes.
Big brutes, they are brutal. And I suppose this is very similar. In fact, I'll show you the picture later on. It does look a bit like a brute, to be fair. So we are over to Volta.
Yeah. I can see that my party is getting a little bit hammered. No pun intended. So I'm going to try something a little bit radical. I'm going to cast Major Image on the room, overlaying everything with the image of the room as it was empty before we went in.
Cool. I will allow that. You will, of course, have to do the wild magic roll for that one as well, as you're casting magic. But if you want to do your spell...
Ooh, new shiny.
Sexy. For podcast listeners, Captain Downface is showing us a very, very sexy D100.
Ooh, it's like amber coloured. Nice.
So, Volta, would you like to do your spell? Tell me if there's any saves or anything I need to do, and then we'll do the wild magic surge.
It is literally just casting the image of the empty room over the top of whatever detritus of characters on the floor is in the room to create the feeling for the creature inside that the room is in fact now empty of us. We have disappeared from sight, if you like. The illusion, I hope, will overlay us. So it's major illusion, and I will also send out the thought through our thought rings of keep quiet.
Do you know what? I was going to say let's do a deception roll, but major illusion, yeah, I'll give you that. You can do that. So let's see what the effects of wild magic is. So if I could get a D100 roll from you, please, sir, and we will see.
Dan, do you want to roll it for me with your incredibly sexy D100? Let's get some mileage out of it.
Drum roll, guys.
That's a 45.
45 is...
Oh, glorious.
So at the same time that you cast this illusion, how does it work? Do you guys, like, to the creature, disappear?
Yeah,
you're still obviously there, but...
We're still there, but the illusion is like a 20-foot cube of empty room. and things were all sort of grouped together in a dashing zone.
Yeah.
I'm sort of overlaying the empty room image over the image of us, because that's what illusion does, doesn't it? It overlays the image of what's there with an image of something different.
Well, at the time of doing that, you cast levitate on yourself at the same time and float into the air.
Excellent. I love that anyway. It's very nice.
That is the effect of the wild magic surge on your turn. So yes, the creature is stood there, and we'll discover obviously in its turn what happens. We are next over to Mugnef. Mugnef, we need your first death saving throw, please.
Oh, what did I have to roll for that again?
So that is a D20 straight, and then
Let's have
10 or 11 to 20 is
yeah.
is success. Anything below 10 or less is a failure. 4. So unfortunately, Mugnef's first death saving throw is a failure. Logan, over to you.
Logan just looks up at Walter and's like, "Hey man, you're finally going up in the world, eh?" And he communicates through the rings real quick. Will this illusion break if we were to attack?
Yeah.
In that
it
case-
feels like...
I would like to attempt to stabilize Mugnef. Do like a medicine kind of thing.
Yeah, go for a medicine check, then and you can go over and see what you can do about Mugnef.
No problemo.
Right.
So we are doing the roll of champions, and I'm going to assume that I make his injuries worse with a 3.
You don't make them worse. You just don't seem. You can't
Poke
heal them
around a little bit and don't get anywhere.
Yeah, you kind of like. Oh, there's some marks here and some marks there. Maybe a bandage might do something, but yeah, unfortunately, it's not going
Where's
to be
that blood
enough to
coming from
stabilize
again?
him just yet.
It's a little beyond me, this, guys. Anyone else got any ideas? That's all. That's all he can do, friend.
Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it for me.
Nope. Okay. Then we come back around to HK. How long? Sorry. How long does the illusion last for, Corbs?
Up to 10 minutes.
Up to 10 minutes. So we got a fair old while of this. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives us a little bit of thinking time.
It does give you some thinking time.
Possibly.
Well, we'll stay in initiative and see what people do. So HK, over to you.
Wait,
Let's
what?
just see if I have any healing.
It's still Walter's turn.
No.
It's not. You've just had your turn.
Oh,
You're
were you
last
just
in
asking
initiative.
him about the spell? Sorry.
I was asking.
Yeah.
what
I'm with you. Sorry, I thought you
You're
said it goes.
last.
I thought you were saying, okay, it's Walter's turn. Let's see how long it goes by. My bad.
No.
Hey, just ignore me. Most people do. It's fine.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll be doing.
I have no healing item. Did you manage to stable Mugneth? Sorry.
No, he's
No.
unstable.
He's unstable.
He's unstable.
What can I say?
Uh,
I had a horse that escaped once. He was unstable.
okay, I'll go over and I'll pull out the little defib panels. Clear.
Oh,
Is it a medicine roll? 16.
16, yeah. I'll let you stabilise him for 16. So your extensive knowledge of of the human anatomy, you managed to stabilise him somehow.
yeah.
Whether you shock him or something with, as you say, with like a defib type, maybe a finger jab in his chest, and I don't know, but yeah, you
Electronic finger
stabilise him.
jab in his what now?
Mugnef, you are with us with 1 HP, but you are still prone.
Oh, not again.
What did I missed something there, didn't I? You went. What did I miss?
Yeah, just went not again.
Straight,
No, not
straight
you.
away, Logan would communicate through the rings to him. It's like, be quiet, we're under an illusion, we're currently safe.
Cool. Yeah, no problem. Anything else from HK at all?
A don't think there isn't. I can do anything else.
Okay.
No, I'll move over to be next to the butler guy again.
Cool. It is the bot. I'm trying to think of what the bot might do. Is there any way it can see through this corpse? Could it make a save or?
It says physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion. So if something hits it, obviously that reveals it to be an illusion. If he tries to grab hold of something, but why would he try to grab hold of an empty room? Then it would reveal it. But there's no save or anything unless he specifically goes, "I'm going to do an intelligence check."
It's a negative intelligence thing. So oh no, it wasn't.
So yeah,
So
there is an it can do an intelligence check to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, last time it was negative intelligence, but it's not. It's +2 intelligence. I was trying to think, what would it do? It's a sentry type, construct. So would it, if it can't perceive a threat in the room, I think it will make an intelligence check, a +2 intelligence check, and we'll see. Do you want to do an opposed for DC?
It's just against my spell DC,
Your spell DC, okay.
which is 17.
17. Well, I will see what we get. D20 +2 for its intelligence. 2 + 2, 4. So no, I think it's convinced that the threat is out of the room, and it returns to the throne and slumps down and seems to power down. So with that, I will take us out of initiative because it is satisfied. There is no threat at the moment. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to turn the light on because it's very, very dark in here. Although it doesn't appear so on my camera, it is very dark for my eyes for writing and dice.
Okay, while Mike can't hear us, we'll just say we're talking through the rings. Anyone got a plan about what to do?
Well, I can move the illusion round with us a little bit, so we can move around the room as long as we're deathly quiet.
That's not a job for me, definitely not.
However, running away may be an option.
I think that may be best at this point, unless anyone's got another idea.
No others. I can make sounds other places for like distractions, possibly.
You could potentially try that and see if we can get him out of there, and then we can have a little nosy. And if that doesn't work, we can get the fudge out of there.
Is there like another room that he's got? He's guarding something, right?
Potentially. Mr. DM, what do we see with regards to entrances and exits around this room?
Well, just to answer what Dan said there, I believe in the last session that we said, or Butler had said, that it was there to protect the secrets of Melnoris, and that was his location and where he went. Obviously, that would be revealed via the teleportation circle, which was on the floor, which is what he seemed to be guarding. What I will say is, there was the entrance and exit to this room was in the south part of the shape, the bottom part, and that seemed to be the only one. You're on a raised up platform, so it's like a room that's one level with like a foot or two's raised platform towards the center. There were pillars all down it which had statues of the various gods at play in this universe, etched into them or carved into them. And then there was the throne on the top of this raised platform, but to the back of it, in the north section, I suppose you call it. And then the teleportation circle was in the middle. You can see there were once elegant couches and dining type tables, which were all thrown aside and scattered and ruined. But the whole place, as we said last session, was ruined slightly. Although it had been upkept by Butler, it was very much. It's been here a long time. It's damp, it's cold, it's wet, and it's just ruined it naturally. That's what's in this room. Butler, however, will, you notice, start to power up with the larger construct powered down.
Just a curiosity question a minute. Did we see an image of Mel Norris?
In the statues or the carved statues? No, not really. It was all just statues of various other gods in this room. They're all sort of like everything else in here. They're slightly ruined. A couple of them seem to be intact.
That's fine.
Okay. Is the teleportation circle close to us?
The teleportation circle is right in the center of this room, basically, but it is damaged and ruined.
Oh, it's broken.
Just from the scuffle on top of it, basically, from you guys and this mech. It is slightly ruined, unfortunately. So you might be able to decipher some of the symbols, magical symbols attributed to it, if you wanted to learn potentially some of that. So I believe with teleportation circles, you can just sort of, as long as you know the runes associated, you know where you can go with it, or you can at least use that to, a bit like a Stargate, I suppose. You can, as long as you know the code, then away you go. But obviously, you need to know the spell to use a teleportation circle.
You don't.
I say Butler is powering up, though. You can see that the lights are coming back on, and where he was slumped over before, he's sort of becoming upright again. And he will... I mean, tell me if it starts to break the illusion. But he sort of turns and looks at everybody. Mugnef's probably getting up off the floor. You're still at 1 HP. So you're still pretty wounded.
That reminds me.
I don't know what they'll do, because obviously Butler was out of it when I set up the illusion, but it's whether... It says you create the image of an object, so whether the image is there and anyone coming into the room would then see the image, so Butler's powering up should then see the image or not, I guess is your call. It just says you create an image of an object. It doesn't say whether or not people actually have to see it being...
Yeah, but I think because it's a Sentry type device and it's powered down, it was convinced that the threat had left.
Yeah, I was on about Butler seeing it. Because obviously he's come back up, and whether or not he'd see it or whether he'd see the image is what I'm...
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure of. I'm being fair to you on this point.
I don't think he would, actually. I don't think he would see you because he's come back into the room with the illusion there. You didn't include him in it because he wasn't there, so I think he powers up and probably turns around and leaves. So you just hear the splish, splash, splosh as he went through the sort of more flooded passages.
I'm going to do sorry. While he's doing that, I'm going to do cure wounds on me myself.
Cool.
I think then maybe
you are all alone in this room with this construct, which is powered down. You will have just shy of the 10 minutes. Obviously, of the illusion, because obviously 6 seconds around and all that stuff. So just shy of 10 minutes before the illusion fades.
Through the rings, Logan will address the whole party and say something along the lines of, "I think it's best if we keep to this method of communication, save waking that beastie up again. But is anyone better equipped to have a good look around than me in this giant plate mail?"
Well, I can't move. I'm levitating, dear boy.
Mugneth, how do you feel about having a sneak around?
I can't. I'm levitating.
You're not Mugneth.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Sorry, I am semi-listening. Sorry.
I'm just trying to figure out how long
to...
levitation lasts.
It
lasts as long as levitate lasts.
I'm in rather large plate mail with a giant sword, and this one here, 3PO over here, is giant metallic. Not exactly known for being quiet. I think you're the next best shout, Magnus.
Now I've got my thoughts together where I am. Let's do it. Okay.
Slow and
What will we
steady
have to
wins the
again?
race.
Yeah. So we want to work that teleportation device, don't we? I'm talking into the ring, by the way.
It's not a device, but it's like a gateway. So if you can record the parts of it you can see, we may be able to translate some of it later and just look around for anything that might give us clues to locations or that kind of thing.
No problem, guys. I can get on to that. I will write that down as well as reading it, seeing if I can use my translation, comprehend languages if I can.
You want to what? Comprehend language on the teleportation circle?
Yeah.
It's not that it's a language. It's a magical. It's a spell basically.
It's a spell.
To teleportation circle is a spell, I believe. I'm gonna see if I can just very quickly find it in the handbook here.
This
But
is
it's
purely down
basically
to a DM's call, because at the end of the day, something written down, whether it's a magical language or not, is a language. It's a DM
It's not
call.
a language.
This one.
Yeah, but it's not a language though, is it? It's
No, it's kind of a grey area kind of. I know what you mean.
it's just an address, a phone number, if you will. Teleportation circle. As you cast a spell, you draw a 10-foot diamond circle on the ground, describe sigils that link your location to a permanent teleportation circle of your choice, whose sigil sequence you know and that is on the same plane of existence as you. So, I think that. Yeah, unless you know the spell, you're not gonna be able to know. I think you would need to know the spell.
Yeah, no problem.
To be able to determine realistically what it's or where it's targeting. What I can say is you could probably know as a magic user that it says it has to be on the same plane of existence. So it's not interplanar. It's not multiplanar. Sorry, it's got to be on this plane.
Have you got time to copy it?
Have I?
You have.
Before the spell, how long's we got?
How fast can you write?
I would say you can very hastily copy it down. But like I say, it's part ruined, so you'll get about 50-60% of it.
Better than enough. Think I'll start writing it. We were trying to work out where Malnoris was, weren't we, as well?
So the mission here was...
This was me generally talking to the group as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll tell you now, just because obviously it was previous 2 sessions ago, in fact. The point of being down here was to identify what happened to Malnoris, where he went, what had gone on down here. Because the last place he was ever seen was in this castle, and then it was sunk beneath the waves. The whole point of this was to just find out what his fate was, because obviously you want to know to be able to potentially locate him to help in the potential battle against Narfiliac.
So,
how high is the ceiling in this room?
So we said it was like it was built for giants. This place, so it's
pretty high.
It's pretty high. Yeah, I can't remember if I gave a figure to it last time. I would say 20-30 feet up.
Yeah, well, I'm 20 feet up, so I'm wondering if I can reach the ceiling or not to pull myself along nearer to the exit. You know.
I think I'd say at the upper limit 30 feet. So yeah, you could reach up, and I'd say you're up there somewhere.
Does Walther have control of the levitate spell?
You can't do anything when you're levitating. It's simply up.
But can't you move the target up to 20 feet in a direction as an action?
No, I don't have control. I wouldn't think I had control of it.
I think levitate is literally you just float, don't you?
Yeah. No, you can change the target's altitude by up to 20 feet. So I can if I'd cast it, I could change my altitude 20 foot down.
But it's
But
all
since it's an effect rather than me casting it, I think I'm just stuck up there, which is why I was saying about monkey barring it across the ceiling.
I would say it's about 30 feet to the ceiling. So if you're only 20 feet up, then yeah, you're going to struggle. But I mean, you could probably, I mean, there's pillars, so you could probably reach a nearby pillar and propel yourself forwards if you wanted to. But I would say there's no reason why you can't grab hold of a pillar and sort of shunt yourself the opposite way and go down. I
Yeah,
would say you would just not have the
might
effects
be
of
like
gravity.
a cork in a bottle sort of thing.
Yeah,
Going up and down. I was just wondering because knowing that I can cast levitate myself, I know that levitate lasts 10 minutes, which coincidentally is as long as the illusion lasts. So it could well be that I come down and the illusion ends at the very same moment in time.
Well, I mean, there's
I
always
could
options, isn't there? You could always
I could put a cloud up, guys.
I'll say you could always toss
I
a
thought
rope
so.
down and they could pull you like a balloon.
Oh,
up you.
I was thinking something similar myself, but I thought I would first see if I could reach the ceiling. It's always worth an ask because,
Yeah, no, definitely.
I can throw an axe at you. That might bring you down.
I'm going to just
Yes,
as
it
quietly as
might.
possibly just try to wander around trying to find any sign of Minotaurus, whether it's a statue, a book, a writing,
A bit of
whatever,
notes.
footprint.
Well, give me an investigation roll, please, Mugnef.
Let's find the right dice. Ooh. 12.
Modified, unmodified.
That's modified.
You start sort of wandering about and looking at the various pillars with these sort of statues carved into them. You don't find anything that resembles the figurette of Malnorus from the games room. You do see, other figures which are very similar. You come across to other ones, sorry, that you saw, but you do come across a figure which is a bearded man, quite tall, quite slender, long hair, beard, and it appears to be emanating a dull light, a faint light. I'm just going to see if there's anything else I can give you on his description there a moment from a picture, which
He has a
Quite
deep
good.
voice.
quite conveniently the picture is not loading, so I can't tell you any more about his appearance other than what I've just told you. He is robed. He's wearing a robe, like a long robe, I suppose.
Oh my god, it's the Brian Blessed Bathtub Plushie.
This one's got a light in it, gents. I don't know if this is important. But I don't
It's
know
like-
what it is.
It's just like a gentle pulsing light, just very, very faint, very gentle, but pulsing.
Oh, is it on the whole thing or just like one that
Just from the figure. But as you look at it, it's quite strong. It's like you can't quite look at it directly. You have to sort of look either side of it. You can't look into it.
Oh. Can any of you stare at this in front of me? Because I'm struggling. I can't keep contact with it with my eyes.
Can we? Can any of us look at it direct?
So as he draws attention to it, and you'll sort of go to look at it, no, it's like looking at the sun. Everyone's just like, oh, pulling a face and shrugging away from it. Like you can look around it, and the figure seems to be getting brighter and brighter and brighter.
Oh
Until
god,
the
guys, I
room-
don't like this.
The room is filled with intense light, complete light, but you feel at ease. You feel so like overwhelmed by it. Not negatively. It's a real positive energy that seems to be coming from this light. And then before you, the light dies down. Before you, in front of this pillar, is a man, whitey gold hair, quite long, a beard, long straight beard, grey, white, and a white robe. and he has like an emblem on his robe of a sun. Greetings. Good to
Hello.
meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I came here because I understood that you were in some bother.
That thing over there, pointing over my shoulder to the sheet thing. For
The sheet
starters,
thing?
the sheet. What did I get sheet from?
I
The
don't know.
Master.
that thing on the seat.
And he looks past you at the construct. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
It was slightly frustrating, to say
He
the
wasn't
least.
here the last time I was here, and that was some time ago.
Oh. And if I had my notes with me, I could have probably guessed the name, but
Is this your hall, Melnoris?
Melnoris, no. No, I am not Melnoris. My name is Gandalf. Gandalf the White. No, it's not.
no.
Oh
I
my
am-
god.
Have you come through fire and stone to bandy words with Hobbit?
It used to be my name, though I don't belong to it anymore.
Yeah.
I have no
My
memory of this
name-
place.
I am not Melnoris, no.
I'm trying to find my notes from the
My
thing.
name is Pelor, the Lord of Light. And this, and he turns and looks at the pillar behind him, was my statue. You're in the Hall of the Gods here, and this is our meeting point for where we would come and hold council with Melnoris. How we would help guide the peoples of this world. Unfortunately, it was lost long, long ago. You can probably tell from the state of the place.
Well, we found it. It's in the bottom of a lake.
The bottom of a lake, you say? Wasn't the last time I was here. It was above a lake, but never mind. Things move on. Now, I sensed you were in great danger, so I came to assist you. However, I fear that I'm either too late or perhaps you've already dealt with the problem. So, please do tell me if there's anything I can do to assist you, but I could possibly share some information with you if I know of it.
Oh, unless
We
anybody
are-
else is.
If we are seeking the whereabouts of Melnoris, we must find him. It is our beholden duty.
To find Melnoris, well, that shouldn't be too difficult of a task. He's on the same plane as you, he's just in a different place. Different place entirely, a place he's been for a long, long time.
How
Are you
would we
able to
find
tell us
him?
where?
Well, it's not too difficult, but... Well, I suppose it is difficult if you can't get off this world that you inhabit, the Vaybaba, I believe it's called. But he's somewhere out there in the vastness of space. He controls his own empire.
Would you be able to help us get to him?
Oh heavens, no! I don't have the ability to transport you across space and time. Time is one of my many tricks, you see, but I can't manipulate it to transport you, unfortunately. That, unfortunately, is a puzzle you'll have to solve for yourself, but I could offer you information on various aspects of your past, if you wish.
Well, presuming you said you couldn't get us there, I presume you know where there is and where he is.
Well, you are currently in the seat of his power. This is the main hub of where he would like to be, I can tell you that much. Clearly, he's not here anymore. He's somewhere out there, as I say, in the vastness of space. But I do not know an exact location. But he has a vast empire beyond this world, and one that you could very easily find and learn more about.
Have you heard of the artifacts of Melnoris that could be used to summon his presence.
I am
have,
fully aware of the artifacts of Melnorus. I sense they are here now, amongst you.
we hold 2 of the artifacts. We seek the third.
The third, well, you have, I believe, let me think now, there was the hammer, and his armor, I believe, were entrusted to the various peoples of this world, and those combined with, now what was her name? There was a celestial being known as, Boroloff. I believe with Boroloff, there was a ritual that could be cast to summon him, and he looks to the teleportation circle on the floor. I believe it would have activated that circle there. But without Boroloff, then unfortunately you won't get very far, because she was the only one that knew the exact glyphs that were required to activate the circle, you see.
Boroloff is sadly no more.
Well, that is unfortunate news. I'm afraid that without her,
I believe.
you will not get the sequence correct. You could find people, I'm sure, who could activate various teleportation circles, and you may, through some luck, get the right glyphs, but only she knew the correct sequence.
Noble Pelor, you said that time was one of the things you could
That's the angle I were going for then.
control.
I am the Lord of Light, and I am a patron of time.
If you could turn back time, that would be handy, because...
Is there any way you can manipulate time? Yeah.
Turn back time.
I'm afraid the manipulation of time is a dangerous subject, and one that I am not willing to engage in.
Thank you for at least entertaining the notion for us. It was the only way I could think of to return Boroloff to the...
To mess with the universe in such a way and return someone to life, someone who has long since passed, that is a dangerous, dangerous subject.
Is there a way that you could allow us to commune with those who have departed this world?
Unfortunately, that is not within my power. I have no powers over the dead. There are those in your world that do, however, have the power to enable you to commune with those who have passed, and depending on time, you may still find a way to communicate.
Do you?
Do you have any idea who and where?
Sadly, I do not know who on your world here may possess such a power. I'm trying to think back because you... Oh no, it was a long time. In fact, I think the only person here that was available or in the game at that time was Steve, Mr. Brandt, right at the beginning.
Then that knowledge is indeed lost.
That knowledge, well,
that
yeah,
knowledge was taken with Leaf, and I know the woman of the tower.
Yeah,
I forget her
that
name
was
now
a
without
long
looking
time
back,
ago.
but yeah, that's long
Very
gone
long
knowledge.
time ago. That's knowledge you'd probably have to relearn as characters, I'm afraid. But he says, no, unfortunately, I do not possess the power to communicate with the dead. I am sorry. I do have many powers. Sadly, I have used an awful lot of my power to come here and communicate with you now.
And it's
Perhaps
appreciated.
in time, I will return from here to my normal place of existence. As my powers regrow and recuperate, then perhaps we can commune, and there will be ways that I can help you further.
Out of curiosity, sorry.
God.
Out of curiosity, oh sorry, go on. Who's talking?
Go on, Mugnif, go.
Out of curiosity, if you ever had a meeting here, how was it organised? How would you call everybody here?
Teams.
Teams.
It's the godly WhatsApp group.
Malnorus would summon us. After all, we are beings created by himself and Narfiliac, and he had the power to summon us whenever he deemed it necessary, and to this very hall.
And out of curiosity, how would he do that? Would you know?
I believe he would go about the statues, and just a touch would summon us. And obviously you haven't touched the statue to summon me here. I came of my own accord because I believed that you were in trouble. And it is my place in the universe to help those in trouble. And particularly while you were here in this place, it was a very strong calling which urged me to come here.
I have 2 questions for you, Pello. First, would you have any way to get a message to Malnoris? Even if you can only manipulate time to perhaps leave a message where he might have been and seen it, or might be in the future?
I could certainly attempt to send him a message. I may not appear to him in person, but I could certainly send him something.
Excellent. Okay, we will discuss it in a moment. And the other question, I forgot what it was. But it
Don't worry.
was very wise.
It's not every day that people meet a god.
Oh,
I understand.
sorry. I was a little starstruck. What it is you came to us in this moment as you are help and protectors of those who need it.
That is part of my role in the universe, yes.
Would we be Narfiliac, and he'll go into the story of Narfiliac basically bringing war on Earth kind of thing. In our time of need, is there a way we could get your assistance?
My assistance is very limited, unfortunately. I cannot simply summon an army, if that's what you're talking about.
No, but
I do
surely
offer
with your
protection to those who
expansive
need it.
knowledge, you may be able to help us in other ways.
Do you know of any powerful items or weapons we could wield in your name?
I believe you're already wielding a powerful weapon.
Yeah, I am.
That goes without saying, but
Looking at HK. No, I do not immediately know of any, but my time here has all but come to an end, I'm afraid. I must depart.
Very quickly,
Powers
what
of-
message are we asking, guys? I am not the strong thinker of this party. My intelligence is -1.
He holds up a hand. Do not worry. Time is always on our side. Remember, as one of the many things which I keep is time.
He has a
You
very
may-
good watch.
I sense among you there is nobody who particularly is a worshipper of mine. That is okay. There are many clerics and churches dedicated to my worship. However, I will gift you this one thing. It will enable you to commune with me, but you must be at one of the temples of Pelor, and able to do so. And perhaps the clerics there, or paladins, or whoever it is that worships me, the priesthood, they will be able to assist you further. And he sort of waves his hand in this what looks a bit like a pocket watch type thing. It's like a golden metallic square with a round sort of orb-y type thing in the middle. But the orb itself looks like it contains a living galaxy or a universe of its own.
wow.
And he passed it across, and it sort of floats, and it just floats across the room, and any of you can take it from and sort of pluck it out of the air. You may commune with me or offer me prayer via this device at any of the temples dedicated to my worship. This will enable you to communicate directly. I may, of course, communicate via prayer to my followers, but this is a direct way of communicating with me. And with that, he sort of, the image and the light shrinks in the room, and he goes back and disappears. The light disappears back into the statue. and I'm going to say what we'll do is take a quick 5-minute break for drinks, as it's 9:30, and then we'll go on to the second half of this game.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Excellent. We'll see you in 5 minutes, guys. Okay, Vaybaba, episode 8, part 2 after the break. We are back. HK is quickly doing a little power recharge. Walther has grabbed his carton of orange juice, redeemed himself. Ben is
It's
sitting
very
pretty.
important to stay hydrated as a magic user.
And good old DM's internet dropped, but perfect time in middle of a break. We're back in. So we'll just chit chat and say hi for 2 minutes while we wait for HK. He should only be a moment or two. But
Oh, hey.
I don't think we did too bad with escaping the big beastie that was the master that was absolutely trouncing us. Some
Escaped
It wasn't bad.
very good
escaped in the
thinking
void of
from
death.
Walter and Ben trying to get the language. Then we seemed a little bit lost with Pelor for a few minutes, but we've got some good info off him and a good direction and way to go, ways to communicate going forwards. So I think we're on a good track. We're on a certain.
By the way,
so we're on
who's
a good
taking the
track
orb for that?
I would be hopefully not too bold to assume that it would probably go in the bag of holding just for the sake of that's where we've been putting everything. But if someone specific wants it, you know, it's a
If it wasn't for
party's bag
situations,
of
I would say
holding.
me, but I'll let the team know.
Not a problem. The bag of holding is, although I carry it, it is the party's. It was passed down from the old ex-captain, so, you know, anyone can access it kind of thing. But now we've got HK back. He's had a quick boost. He shoved his fingers in a plug socket down the other side of the hall. So I will pass you back
Remember,
over to...
children, don't plug your fingers into plug sockets.
Yes,
It's bad
please
for
don't
you.
try this at home. You end up with
No,
hair
that's
like me.
alright.
I'll pass you back over to Captain Gingerbeard and we shall resume.
Shall we? Okay.
Well, if you want to, mate.
Actually, no, don't bother. No,
So
that's
you're
fine.
in
Go
this-
ahead.
You're in this room. Hello, welcome back from the break. We're back in this room. I'm trying to think what's going to happen next. I know what's going to happen next. I'm trying to think in what order to do it.
We do that noise from Scooby-Doo. It's like all our legs spinning. We yeet out of there.
The thing is, it's gone too well. I wasn't really wanting it to go this well. I was
You
going to
sadistic git.
you were going to go out of the frying pan and into the fire. So this is kind of balls things right up.
Since when have we stuck to the kind of
Well, I
plan
know.
or
I
your
know.
plan?
First rule of D&D. It
Well, I think
changes.
what would be plainly obvious to all of you is the magical. I mean, there was we sort of said there was an unnatural light in this place, so you could see because there was a light, but that light seems to be fading very quickly in the room, almost to the point where it's getting dark.
Or pish. I think I know it.
Very dark.
Oh no!
And to the point where the light just goes completely, and it is now black.
Just
So-
from an earlier note, you know when HA got turned into a nice blue? Was it it was a lit up blue, wasn't it?
No,
Or was it just colour
was,
blue?
It was a vibrant blue.
Right.
He hadn't, got his,
no.
he hadn't got his neons on.
No, it's definitely neon blue. Definitely
He's
neon
not.
blue.
He's not like the crab out of Moana, where he's like lights up the room. He's not like that.
So shiny!
So shiny. Yeah, I love that film. It's fantastic.
Through the
But-
rings, I'm like, someone get ready to cast light. I can't see shit.
And that's the thing. You are going to need to do something to see where you're going, and you start to feel around your feet. It's getting wet, very wet.
Smeg.
You start to hear the sounds of water rushing, and a low rumble through the walls.
Who do I normally light up?
So,
Do we
very
smell
quickly
water?
decide who's doing anything about light, and then we're going to roll initiative.
What the fuck?
Well,
Hey
we
guys,
need to
I
track
can't see here.
movement.
Can anyone do Mugnus?
Oh,
Can you
well.
make my sword light up again?
Deal.
Excellent. What colour? Anything? Any particular notion?
Pick a
I
colour.
don't
Pick a
think it
colour. any
matters
colour.
right now.
We're going for cyan, and he whips out this massive. He whips out his long sword, and it's like a big, pale blue lightsabery cyan-esque kind of thing.
Ooh, Cheyenne.
What can we see with what little light we have from that?
So if you've
Or
just
for
used the
those with
light
dark
cantrip
vision.
on your sword, then whatever the light cantrip is, I think it's, we said this before, isn't it? Like 20 feet
It's
radius.
not
something
huge.
like that?
I think it was up to 4.
Up to 40
So,
feet. You
can we just see
You've got a radius around you.
the
You've got a
basic
radius around
room
you.
and the fact that there's water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's water
Um,
rushing in, and you can hear that rushing of water.
Very
as well.
quickly, I just sort of reach down in one motion, sort of stick my hand in the water and touch it to my tongue. Is it salty, or is it like not? Is it actual clear water?
Well, it's not salty water because it's a freshwater lake, isn't it?
Yes, I'm aware of this, but
Yes.
I'm
So it's not going to be salty water.
Just in case there's something else.
I'm
I mean, unless you know.
all right. I didn't
Butler's
think
been
it
up
through.
there
There's no.
spunking
I
in the-
can't think of a way to cover myself right here. So, oh wait, what?
You thought you were being
Wait,
clever. I
what?
liked it. It's good.
Just right. Your editing skills better be good for getting rid of that. I don't know what to say about that. Jesus Christ!
There's just Butler at the top of the stairs. Just
No,
spaffing down
no,
the stairs,
no!
you know.
Stop!
Steady, PG-13. Thank
You
you.
know what?
Thank you.
It's usually me who takes it to this
Torrents.
level, but you've just
Torrents.
completely. Oh,
Sam Torrance is a golfer.
Logan's going to turn to us
Right,
and
moving
go,
on.
"Fly, you fools!"
I am flying.
Please.
Could somebody catch the other end of this rope and damn well tow me?
You just hear from the statue of Pelor, "Fly, you fools!" I'm going to collect all the XP and get all the cool gear.
I'm Pello the
Good
Walk.
luck with that. I got sod all. Hello down there. Could somebody reel me in on this rope? Pull me down.
Well,
Yeah.
before anyone reels you in, I would like initiative, please, so we can track who is there in all of this.
Oh no!
11 from me.
Mugnef is on an 11.
8 for me, mate.
8 for Logan.
8 for Logan.
14. 14.
Yep.
9.
9!
I mean, it's not. It doesn't.
never
It doesn't
gonna
matter in terms of obviously you're not getting beaten up, but it's just to know like
No,
okay,
just
you know,
spunked
on,
you're
mate.
going to go first. What are you going to do about all of what's going on? And then on the
Not my
top of the
choice.
round will be the environmental hazard. So
Yeah.
round
Am
number one.
I still
of this-
floating, or have I come down yet?
You are floating. Yeah, I don't know how long it. Well, you
10
said
minutes.
10 minutes, wasn't it? So
It's 10
it
minutes,
hasn't
yeah.
been 10 minutes yet. It hasn't been 10 minutes. Yep. So Volta, you are first. Sorry, after the top of the round. So top of the round, water is rushing in to this room, and it sounds
Yeah.
torrential coming from the stairwell. And then we're over to Volta.
So either lower a rope and ask them to pull me down, so that I can be pulled along until I
Yeah,
stop
because you're pretty
floating.
well stuck up there until you stop
Yeah,
floating. That's cool.
Like a floating cork in a bottle of water.
I think if
Well,
no
you're
one's
about to be the
opposed
bottom.
to it.
Yeah. Mugnef,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go next.
Wherever it is, I'm going to put my dark vision on. Wherever it is, I can't find where it is on my spells, but I know I've got it.
Not forgetting as well, you've all got. There's not too much jeopardy because you do have that 24 hours of water breathing as well, so it's not too much of an issue. But clearly something bad is happening.
Oh,
That's a good
for
point.
some reason I've got
Damn it.
dark vision already taken out. Ah, damn it.
You probably
Am I
Yeah,
right in
used it.
thinking
would
that
probably
as this
been kind down
water's,
Yeah.
as this water's kind of flooding the chamber, would that have destroyed the illusion?
No, it's going to be a
I don't
physical
know.
interaction, I think.
If you throw water at a piece of tissue paper, it's going to physically go through it.
Yeah, but this is more
Yeah,
like
but
a
this machine
hologram.
is shut down for now, isn't it? It's just shut down. It doesn't think there's a threat in the rim, so
Yeah.
Out
you're
of
fine.
curiosity, how long do you think we've been down here since we first swum down here?
Oh god, only a couple of hours. I think like in the last session, I said it was like 2
Okay.
hours that you've been
Or
wandering
my dark
around.
vision lasts for.
It's 24 hours. You've got
Oh,
loads
I've
of
got
time.
8. No, I've got 8 hours of dark vision. That's why I'm asking.
Okay.
In that case, let's
Okay.
change the. I'm going to try to work out where it's coming from, and where the best exit is, which I think is the only one exit. To be honest.
There's only the one
Oh.
exit, the stairwell, and the water is coming from that stairwell. You can hear it. This is coming from out down that
Guys,
corridor.
I think there's 2 options. We try to have a go at that glyph, or we go up the stairwell. And I'm going to. In the meantime, I'm going to pull water down.
Right. That's your 6 seconds. That's your 6 seconds, 6 second round. Let's see, Mugdef, HK, over to you.
I will grab hold of the rope that Walther is dangling on. Is it dangling if it's upwards?
Dingle dangle scarecrow with a flippy floppy hat.
And
You can float away like this. Dan pulls him back like that.
to reel him down as far as 6 seconds will allow.
Yeah, so you can pull him down and you can make your movement if you want to.
Where to though? That's
Not forgetting, I think you... Eh?
where to? That's the point.
Well, there's only one way out. You've only got the
Okay,
one way
I'll
out.
start heading that way then.
That
You gotta
way!
get out, you gotta go that way.
Yeah.
So you're going to move that way, and whatever your movement is, you're taking Walter that far as well. You're taking him that far as well. You took significant damage there in that battle, didn't you? You probably, I would say, you're going to experience multiple warnings within yourself, within the systems of the mechanical being that you are, and you will experience another movement penalty that we've discussed privately from that one. There could be more later, but we'll find out about that. That is HK, and then we are over to Logan. So far, HK has moved X amount of feet. I don't know how far he can go out of the room and taken Volta with him. Logan, you're in the room, and Mugnef, you're in the room. Water is rushing in.
Am I able to dash, or is this going to stop me with the kind of terrain?
Yeah,
of the water?
you can. If you want to dash out, the room, you dash out the room. You had to go down the corridor. I think the corridor went out the room. It went down to the right, and then you're at the stairwell.
Yes.
I would say in total to get to the stairwell, you're about 50 feet.
My movement is 40, so I'm going to go all the way to the stairs and be like, "Come on!"
Okay, so if you want to try and get up the stairs, I need a strength save. And this is to overcome the torrent of water that is flooding down this stairwell.
Okay, so
Obviously, trying to get
strength isn't
upstairs
too
with
bad.
water
So
rushing down.
an 18.
18, you are able to grab a hold of the sides and sort of haul yourself up the stairwell with a
Excellent.
dash action. So
I'll
you can get up there.
stand at the top of the
You're up
stairs
at the ground level.
and wait at the kind of top step area to see if I need to help anyone up, if possible. If
Yep.
they're within reach, as obviously.
That's cool. So that's round number 1. So I'm going to keep track of the rounds because at certain points I have things that are going to happen. The water is rushing in. It's getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Probably about knee depth at this point. And Volta, it is your turn.
I'm currently happy with my condition of being carried along by HK on top, like some kind of carnival balloon.
Anything that you can do that you want to do? Or...
if I fart really loudly, I suppose I could go a little faster.
We have a sound effect for
Okay.
that today, don't we, Mike? One you've
We
been
do.
dying
Hang
to.
on, let's see
I
if
don't.
can
I
do
don't
the
think
right
there's much
voice.
I can do up there.
Oh. That's a squeaker.
Propels forward at
I don't know if
40
you can hear
knots.
There we go. So after Volta, it would be
Okay.
Mugnef.
I'm gonna cast fly on myself. I think I can do this at a higher level as well. Who who's furthest back other than me?
You.
Other than me.
You are the
Other
furthest
than
back.
me.
In front of you would be
HK
Logan.
me.
HK. Oh no, yeah, Logan's at the top of the stairs. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it would be you and HK. You're right.
Okay, I'm gonna go fly, which is lasts for up to 10 minutes. Flying speed is 60 feet. If duration, you can target one additional creature for each slot above third. Does anybody want to fly?
I'm not in there, mate.
This is for whoever is near me that can answer.
Well, you only got the 6 seconds, so you cast fly on yourself. You can call out if you want to, but that'll be the end of your turn.
I'm starting to fly, so.
Okay, so you take off. I presume you want to move for 60 feet.
Yes, I do. Up the stairs.
Cool. So like Superman, off you go, whizzing over the top, past Volta, over the top of HK and up the stairs, and you'll arrive next to Logan with the water gushing in, getting deeper and deeper. After Mugnef, we are over to HK.
Oh, keep on running.
Keep on running. What is your movement speed at the moment?
25.
And you would have gone 25 out of the room. I said about 40, so that would put you. You could get up the stairs, but I'll need that strength save just to overcome the water
That's
rushing
not
in.
looking good. Well, maybe I'm pretty strong. 11.
And I said, disadvantage. No, unfortunately, 11 knocks you back 10 feet. So the water's gushing down in a torrent, overpowers you. You lose your footing on the stairs, and you go back, and you're prone.
Is it
by
possible
10
that I could have
feet.
helped him with me saying
Yeah,
I was waiting
you're
to
down.
attempt to help people on the stairs?
If you had a readied action, then yeah, but you would need to probably throw rope down or something to grab a hold.
It
But
depends.
I'll let you
I
do
said
that
as long
a
as
free
long as
action if
someone
you
could
want to.
get towards the top of the stairs, I'd help them if need be. I said on my turn.
So you need to like extend a hand. Yeah,
Yeah,
he wasn't
something
gonna
like
get
that.
to the top of the stairs.
Right. No, that's fine then.
Yeah, I mean,
Bye. Have a beautiful time.
yeah, it's too far.
Fair.
After HK, it is Logan's turn.
Hold this! And he passes a rope to Mugneth and dives down the stairs with a dash to try and stop HK.
Cool.
Presuming
Okay,
that
so that'll be
Mugneth
your-
holds the rope.
What do I do with this? Now I will. I
So,
will.
can I somehow try and grab HK, if not to save him, at least to stop him being swept further back?
Well, you've moved and you've used an item, so I would say that will be your turn. You can do that next time. You can just give it to
Yeah.
HK. And then that will be top of the round. So we're on round number 2. Water's rushing in. It's getting deeper and deeper. And also, those of you who are in the basement level, so Logan, HK, and Volta, I would like you all to take. I'm just going to roll 1 for all of you. Some bludgeoning damage as pieces of the walls and the ceiling are crumbling and falling down. Just 1 point of bludgeoning damage. As bits of rock start crumbling and falling and thunk on the old noggin. Volta, it is your go.
The falling masonry has disrupted my plans. I was going to say let's just stay here till it fills up and swim up, but I'll just rely on my colleagues to drag the carnival balloon a little further. There's not much I can do until the spell wears off under my own steam. Really.
I'm trying to think how long it's even been now. It's probably been about 5 minutes, probably. And then we're now on 6-second round, so you're going to be
Does
floating
anyone
for some
have a way to
time.
just blast a hole straight
Um,
upwards and we can just swim up?
Who's going to blast the hole?
No, just
Who's suggesting that? to me?
theoretic question. Does anyone
You
have
could
the ability to
certainly
do that?
have a go at blasting a hole in the floor, because it's only a roof above your head, and then you're in the next level. So you
Yeah,
could-
that's what I was.
yeah,
Does
I mean,
anyone
if you've
have
got the
the
ability to
ability to
blast a
do
hole.
something like that?
Well, you
Yeah.
can suggest that when it's your turn.
I'm sorry.
For now, it is in. It's all right. It would be Mugnef.
I'll go now, yeah.
It is your go.
No, I'm holding the rope. What I was going to do is completely out, or not completely out of the question, but it is pain in the rear end now.
I'm sorry.
What I'm going to
Again.
that's I know it's good. What were you trying to do again?
You were just kind of the anchor while I dived in to stop HK being swept away. So the
You
rope,
di-
the other end
you
of the
didn't
rope
manage to-
is with me.
And you didn't manage to get a hold of them, did you?
No, I got down to him and reached out, but I can't grab him because I had no actions left.
In that case, I'm going to just have to stand here and hold the rope. So I'm going to just have to pass. I'm going to pass my go for the minute.
Okie dokie. After Mugnef, then it is HK. You are prone and submerged because the water's quite
Okay.
deep now.
It's half movement to stand up, isn't it, from prone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come
back, then-
Jack.
I guess try and dash up the stairs.
Your
Or
movement's
at least
already
dash
ended,
to,
isn't it?
to
So
Logan.
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Well, I mean, if you want to dash up the stairs, you were only at the bottom of them, weren't you? You sort of tried to go up, then you were pushed back 10 feet. So you need 10 feet to get to the stairs, and then I don't know, it's like 10 feet up the stairs.
Yeah.
You could do that with a dash. We just need that strength. That strength again to try and overcome the water that's flooding in.
That's better. 19. 20. Mod 20.
Yeah, that's cool. So you power through. So it's coming down, it's buffing against you, but you and up the stairs you go, and you meet Logan Mugnef at the top, and you're dragging Volta behind you. So Logan is left alone now in the basement level. It is Logan's
Gee,
go.
thanks for taking me with you
Logan's
after I risked
run.
life and limb and
You're gonna
dived
need a
into a
strength
torrent
check
of
to
spunk for you.
You're going to need a strength check to get them stairs.
You know what?
Unless you use the rope.
Some people. Can I have advantage because I've got the rope and I'm trying to go up?
I will allow Mugnef to assist you in your strength to get up the stairs.
Excellent.
And I'll lower the DC to half of what I've currently got it set at for the water coming down the stairs.
My strength would have come to 21 on my own.
Yeah, that's fine. That's I've halved DC
Yeah. So
with the rope
with the aid of
included,
this,
so-
with Mugnus and his rope, he just kind of like bounds up them at this point. Takes the rope back off Mugnus and like, no, don't tarry, keep going.
And up on this next on the ground floor level, which is where you are now, you look down the stairwell where you were, and it's just completely now underwater. It's at the top of the round, so the basement's now underwater, completely flooded.
Can we see where
We
the water's
do
coming in
the
from,
next
Mike?
level of sorry.
From where we are in this like
It's okay.
next floor, can we see where the water's coming in from?
It's just rushing in
Just
from,
from, like,
like
all over the
windows,
place and-
doors. It's
right.
just yeah. It's like you're in like the lower levels of a sinking ship.
Yeah.
At the moment, but masonry falling. 2 bludgeoning damage this time to everyone, I'm afraid, from masonry
God
dropping
damn.
on your heads as the place is crumbling and falling. So you're on the ground floor level. You had to go. I haven't got the map with me actually for where you are, so I'm going to have to try and remember where the stairs were in relation to the door. Far right-hand side, which means you're going to have to go top of the square, cross to the left-hand side, drop down, and then so you're going to go north, west,
Did you
south,
say there was windows?
into
Sorry
the
for
middle,
interrupting you.
and out. There are windows, yeah. There are windows. Windows or arrow slot, like on a castle, the slots for shooting arrows out of. I wouldn't say it's big windows, not like
Japanese are
like
God.
you have in your house.
A nice try. I like
was that?
it.
Yeah, not enough
said
to get
he's-
us through though. But sorry, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, I wasn't going to make it that easy for you. Just go, I'm going to jump out the window.
Have it
Never
on
know.
our toes like a cockney man.
So where did we get to? So that was the top of the round, wasn't it? So it would be Volta first.
The windows open up into sort of big stone walls, do they? Thick.
The windows, yeah,
Yeah.
it's it's fairly
Castle
thick
walls sort of
yeah.
thing, yeah. Alright, yeah, then
They
I'll
are.
just...
Castle walls, but they are crumbling. They are
Yeah,
crumbling and
Then
falling.
I will still be a rather stylish portmanteau under HK's arm.
Okay. If you're going to pass up, then it will be over to Mugnev.
Ultimate
No.
fashion accessory. Everyone should carry a warlock.
I'm gonna take a risky. Oh no, actually, I'm just gonna just head straight for the door. Use my skills.
So you're going to have to go.
The near quickest route.
I'm just trying to think of this. Well, is you got to go back on yourself. So you got to go. Say you're on the right hand side. If there's a, I mean, this is making a difference to podcast. This is, but if there's a square, you're in the middle of the right hand side of the square. So you're going to go up, then across left, or so you go north, west, drop down south, east halfway to get to the door. So you're going to probably have. So I think distance wise, you're going to be 20. And then 60, where are we, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, probably about 120 feet to the exit if you just go on the direction you need to go on. 120 feet to get to the exit point.
I do shout out. I presume we're heading for the front door, and head that way.
So what's your movement?
60 feet flying.
That's fairly good. That's fairly good. Cool. So you get most of the way there. You're halfway there. So you go up through the corridor, back through the room where you had the encounter with that water elemental, and you pass through there, back through rooms that you've already been through. So you recognise the
I
way.
do look back around to the end
after
to
the mug
watch
there,
everybody
if
coming.
there's anything else. Yeah, if there's anything else, otherwise it'll be HK.
Okay. I'll dash again with my life jacket under my arm.
Dashing
What
through
would be
the
your
snow.
total dash? What would be your total dash?
50 total.
50 total. So you're almost up with nearly halfway to the exit. And you notice again water's rushing and filling up. Logan.
He's gonna dash 80 feet. He's dealing with some bots at the minute.
Oh, okay. Dash 80 feet. So he passes all of you on his route to the door. But like Sonic. So that's 4 rounds of
Meh, meh.
of escapism. So with that, I'm going to make a quick roll. Oh, okay. Water now is rushing in much, much quicker, and you will all suffer some more damage, I'm afraid, this time. As Jesus Christ, these are awful rolls. So as this water suddenly, you notice or you hear a roar of as what's pouring in through windows and doorways is just even more torrential. It starts filling up the space much quicker. Only 1 point of bludgeoning damage from the pieces of masonry getting flung in from broken pieces of wall. So 1 additional damage. And we start back to Volta. I'm assuming you're just hovering about, waiting for HK to make his move.
Well, unless I can use Eldritch Blast as some kind of jet propulsion system. Force raise.
It does do force damage, doesn't it?
Yeah, equal and opposite reactions.
You got rule of cool. If you want to attack a wall behind you, I will say you could probably propel yourself forwards.
I will indeed attack a wall behind us.
I did do something before, didn't I? When you came across that metal bull thing, I can't think what it's called now. But I did say it's force damage. So because you were levitating, and I said if you fired it, you would go backwards. So I'll allow the same thing to happen.
Cool. And will this help to move HK?
Please
then,
do.
Then I shall.
I don't know if you'll pull HK, but you'll definitely probably whiz off.
It depends
It
how
might help
well
him a
you're
little bit.
smooth talking.
But I would quite like to know the damage against the wall.
Then I got a 12 and a what do you call it? A natural 20, so 29. So does 12 hit?
29 points of damage. Yeah, 12 will hit a wall. Yeah.
And the second Eldritch Blast was a natural 20, so that would be so. The first one would do 7 damage, and the second one would do 15. So 22 altogether. So.
20 damage.
Yeah, it's max damage, isn't it, for a natural 20?
Max damage, then roll damage.
Oh, right. In that case,
rather than roll twice, it's...
Yeah, then in that case, it's 15 plus 14. So 29 on that one, so 29 and... what did I say before? Was it 7?
7,
yeah. 36.
7, yeah. So 36. I'm just trying to think. Would that be? I think because of the structure, you whiz off to your maximum speed. I would say, whatever that may be. What is your maximum speed?
30.
So you'll whiz off 30 feet down ahead, bringing you closer to the door, and the wall takes some significant structural damage. I'm going to see, with a roll, if it collapses or not. What's that? That is a 9. I'm going to say below a 10. The wall gives way, and a torrential amount of water comes rushing in. HK, you take, being stood right next to it, an additional 5 bludgeoning, and you are thrown another 10 feet and prone again as the water blasts in behind you and
Does it knock me forward,
knocks
though,
you
at least?
flying.
Hey.
I'm sorry, HK.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry,
not jumping in after you.
I wasn't counting on that.
I'm like,
So that was Volta. Well, when you said about doing it, I was like, oh well, I mean it's crumbling the walls, so I mean you're doing damage to it.
That's why I asked how thick the castle wall was.
20 as well. So yeah, Mugnef, it's your go.
Is anybody still behind me?
I think we all are at your movement speed.
No, I think Logan went slightly ahead.
Oh yeah,
with 80 feet, whatever it was. You're all about halfway, apart from Logan, he's just over halfway to the door.
Can I leave my go to last?
You want to hold your
Yeah.
turn.
I just want to make sure everybody.
can
I
hold-
just want to make sure everybody's catches up.
You can hold your
Yeah.
turn, but it won't mean you go at the end of the round. It'll just be you'll hold it till your next go. But if that's what you want to
I
do, then
wanted
it'll
to
be
leave it
HK
to
next.
last of the round. That was all. But if
I don't think you can hold it till the end of the initiative. I think you
yeah.
just give up. You go until your next
In that
turn.
case, I'm going to keep going then.
So if you keep running,
Yeah.
you'll
I'll try.
pass that stone golem that was in the doorway, and you'll be outside.
I'll wait at the doorway.
And what you see as you leave the doorway is that bubble around the castle. It's just collapsing, and there's holes all over the place, and water is just rushing in and filling up. Because of the size of the floor print, although the basement filled up quickly, it's filling up, but quite slow at the moment. You think about having a large bucket and you try and fill the bucket up, it takes a little bit of time. So, yeah. But it's collapsing, it's giving in. After Mugnef would be HK.
Okay, I will stand up. For what is that? Like 15 feet of movement, just on that. So
Yeah, you'd just be under, wouldn't you?
and then just trying to get out of dodge.
Get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah. So
Dash if I can.
15 feet of movement. You're about halfway, weren't you? So you probably, well, you're not, 15 feet further on. You've still got a good,
Oh, that would be.
what were we?
Aye.
35 feet to go.
So I double it and then take off 15 for standing up from prone. So that would be.
Yeah, it took 15 for standing up.
Yeah. So that would be.
You're at 25
35
feet.
movement overall.
35 would put you to just shy of the door. Just shy of the door. And if there's nothing else you want to do, then it would be Logan.
How far am I from this big hole in the wall area? Because obviously I ran
Oh no,
ahead
you're
of them.
way round. You're round the. Yeah, you've turned the corner. You went 80 feet, which puts you 40 feet from the door. So you've literally just got a little bit of a run to do, and then you're out.
In that case,
And with,
I will get out, and how far is it out, do you reckon, roughly? Give or take?
40 feet will get you out to the door.
Okay, so I'll go, say, 55 feet, something like that, so I'm a good 10 foot or so out the door, and just look
Yep.
around at whether I can see any dangers other than the fact of bits of broken or falling, for want of a better word, dome and water and things coming through. Is it just that the dome is breaking, or is this place reascending?
The spell that is
It's
holding that water back is giving, and it's like there's holes forming in this bubble, and there's water pouring in.
So from the doorway kind of
into
thing,
those.
where is the, I guess, exit of the dome, the proper way out, rather than all these holes?
It just allowed you to pass through it when you came down here.
So how
you could just
far
pass through.
from the doorway, roughly, is the kind of barrier dome bubble thing?
I can't remember if I'd said specifically, but I would, for the purposes of this, I don't know, 20 feet.
Okay.
It's quite tight in. It's quite close.
Yeah. I'll stay like sort of 10
But
foot
the
outside
overall
the door,
footprint is.
and wait for the others, and just kind of keep watching, hope I can not get hit by something. Kind of, be wary of what's falling.
Yep.
And I'll wait for the others, like, come on, move it, kind of thing. And that's all I'm
Yep.
gonna
Get
do.
a chopper.
And the water is.
Sorry, Ben.
I said, get to the chopper. Choppy water.
Get to the chopper!
Get to the chopper. And the water is filling up much quicker. You're gonna have to start swimming soon.
Just keep swimming.
Logan's go. So that brings us round to Volta. Can't remember what we said now. I think you, whatever your movement speed was, what was it? It was 40,
30. 30.
30. I think it's quite hard to track it without a map. I think it's about, you got 40, 50 feet to the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to launch other glass behind me again into
Cool.
space.
Go for it.
So I'm trying to Iron Man myself out of there. So 21 und oh dear, an 18.
Yeah, I mean that's going to hit the wall. I mean, I don't think the wall would have a high AC like that. But
With the 14 points of damage for the first one. And oh boy, why can't I roll like this in combat? A 14 damage on the second one.
Be careful, guys. HK's been
20.
washed away.
28 damage.
Yeah.
You blast yourself forwards. You say, sorry, my memory's terrible. Did you say 30 feet of movement? Was it?
I've got 30 feet normal movement. Yeah. Whether doing such splendid damage gives me any extra impetus or not, I don't know.
Well, I would let you do the 30 feet, and I would say, I can't remember what we said. You're getting close in on the door. You've damaged that wall, however. HK is going to be left behind slightly, and the wall is crumbling and breaking in. First of all, HK will take from crumbling wall just 1 point of damage from crumbling stuff. I'm rolling really badly, but you are cut off. The walls have crumbled.
Your rolls are
ahead
brilliant
of you.
tonight. Keep them up.
You're going to need to difficult terrain to get over it in the corridor. I mean, the great thing is it's quite a big space, so I mean, the walls crumbled in, but you could scurry over it. Volta is pretty much at the door with 30 feet. So we go to Mugnef. You're outside. You see this bubble is collapsing more rapidly. Water is rushing in.
I'm not going to leave. I'm going to probably take a step out of from the doorway, but I'm going to make sure everybody's out before I do anything. I'm not going to do anything until everybody's outside the building.
Okay. So with that, HK, we're going to need, well, just to pass difficult terrain, really. I say roll a D20, DC 10, see if you can climb over these bits. Obviously, you're trying to do it fairly swiftly. I just a straight up roll. Well, I mean, you could add athletics, I suppose.
Oh,
See
okay.
that?
Sweet. I'm proficient. Let's say 15.
Yeah, you can climb over this rubble. I think difficult terrain, I suspect, I don't know because I've never really used it, probably halves your movement speed again. So with that in mind, I'd say you're again 15 feet of movement after the rubble. You're just coming around the corner. Logan, you are next up.
At this point, there's not much I can do to either help, hinder, or be indifferent, really. So I'm just gonna go to the border. Do you know what? I'll pass through it just to the other side while we've still got the water breathing, just to kind of test that nothing untoward happens in trying to go through it.
No, it's fine. It's the same as when you came in. It's just
In that case,
it's a doorway.
I'll
basically.
kind of reach through it a bit and apprehensively. They'll be like, "It seems fine, hurry!" And then I'll just push myself through and just be like, ready to go on the other side of it, so in the water.
Okay.
Like Han
You're in
Solo
the
style.
water. No problems, no problems. Shall I employ this tactic just yet, or shall I see if you can get out?
Flip a coin.
We are round number
Right.
7. Round number 7. Would somebody like to roll a d20? 1 to 10 is all the good stuff. Everything else is all the bad stuff.
Any takers?
No, don't think anybody wants to blame for how injuring anybody.
I'm gonna go
I
for it
can
then.
do it. That's why I give you guys a chance.
Yeah, we'll take Dan's roll. Go on, Dan.
What was the? I got
What did
17.
you roll? 17.
Yeah, we'll stick with that one.
Can't remember which way round.
1 to 10 was all the good stuff.
Oh shit, I got 3.
1 to 10 was all the good stuff.
Let's see what happens.
The bubble collapses, and water just a tyrant. These aren't the words. These aren't the words. No, it's not even a tirade.
These aren't the
These are
words
not
you're
the
looking
words
for.
you're looking for. Yes, Ben.
These aren't the words I'm looking for. Just collapses in on top of you. Everybody is going to take. I'm just making this up purely because I don't think there is a rule for this. Everyone will take 3d6 bludgeoning damage.
The fuck? I was already in the water,
I will
man.
roll that for you if you like. Oh yeah, you're okay. Yeah, you're outside the bubble. You're fine. I will say the water sort of rushing in. It's like it sucks you closer into the center point, I suppose. But you aren't damaged. So 3d6, 3, 6, 7 points of just getting smashed in the face of water damage. HK being inside the castle. Again, 1 to 10 all the good stuff. Everything else is bad stuff. I'll roll it on a d20. See how this castle holds up. Whether or not you are going to start to be caved in on by this weight of water coming down on the walls. 18, I'm afraid. The walls are collapsing, and HK has been buried inside this castle.
What?
Volta, I don't think you got outside either, did you?
Glossed over
I believe
that.
I am
very
also
quickly.
Has
just
collapsed under the weight of the water has collapsed the castle.
I mean, you glossed over that so as if it was just nothing.
rolled 18.
Entire building just falls and you're like, okay, it's collapsed on Walther. You next, move on. Like Dan's
It's
nothing.
not. It's not that it's. It's not like it's just.
it's just
the
tumbled
weight of
over, and it's like
It's just not just squashed it down. It's just the walls have just started buckling and caving, and on his round, I will give him a chance to do something about it if he wants to try and burst speed out of it as it's collapsing. It's not just instantly like
You can't tell
it's
at this
there and it's
moment
not there.
because of the
It's
water
just-
surrounding me.
it's
but there are
collapsing.
tears running down my face.
yeah.
you see from looking in, this building is just going like just down. That was the top of the round, so it is Volta's go.
Am I stood? Not stood. Am I floating somewhere near a wall? Can I kick off like jet skis,
You
or
were
is it
just out,
blocking
you were
me?
just out, you were just away from the doorway, weren't you?
Yeah.
So I will give you the chance to propel yourself out the door as it's collapsing. So you can, yeah, I mean, it's filled up with water pretty quick. 'Cause obviously, it's just collapsed in on the bubble's gone. The water's just filled the space, so you're effectively swimming. If you want
Yeah.
to
It's a
try
question.
and
How does
propel
swimming
yourself
work
forwards
with
as the building's
levitating?
coming down.
I suppose I've got something to
I would
push
say
off
they
now
probably
because it's
cancel
watery.
each other out.
Yeah. So I'll have a go at
Yeah,
swimming
you
then.
got water. Yeah, you got
I've-
something
I've
to.
got something to force against.
So
them.
whether you swim, I think the swim speed is probably
Um,
half. of your
however,
swim speed, I
I
think.
believe that I would know that HK is behind me. Well, how far behind me is HK?
HK just turned the corner, so he's 40 feet, I think, away from the door.
Bomb, bomb, bomb.
Don't know what to.
Hey, it's chance. It's all dice rolls.
This is true.
You know.
Eldritch blast me.
You what, Dan?
Eldritch blast me.
I was going to say it might be worth sort of direct. Can I angle my Eldritch Blast so I'm trying to clear the way for HK and propel myself out at the same time?
Well, there's nothing to clear for HK. He's over the rubble. He'd passed the rubble that you'd caused the first time.
Let's not argue about
on
who
his
killed
turn,
who.
He'll have
killed
his
whose
chance on his
horses?
turn to escape the doorway.
Okay,
Clear the
then I
doorway.
guess I'll
Unless you,
swim.
in your turn, use your movement. Well, if you use your movement to get out, and then you could shoot the wall close to where he is to give him an exit point where he could potentially escape through that wall as
That
it's
is
crumbling.
what I will try and do.
Not to tell you how
Yeah.
to do the game, but you know.
Yeah, that's what I was sort of aiming at. Sort of thinking, could I blast a hole for HK sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So you'd have to move outside and then attempt to hit that wall. And I would say,
yeah,
as long as you do more than 30 points of damage, because I think both times you've damaged the wall, you did over 30 points. So as long as you're over 30 points of damage,
oh, blimey,
you'll succeed.
joyous.
I think the first one you did 34, and then you did something like 31 damage, both.
Yeah.
One turn after the other.
An 18 to hit
Yeah, it'll hit.
and
I don't
a
think the AC is
17
particularly high.
to hit.
Yep. I'll let you both have
So,
those.
oh dear, first hit is 6. And the second hit is 14, so that's just 20 points of damage.
So you sort of propel yourself out the door. And you turn and go, your Eldritch Blast. Damages the wall, but doesn't penetrate and blow a hole in it as you expected it to. What does that
It
put us?
weakens it,
Not
Lord,
there.
weakens it.
Water has rushed in. It weakens it. You've been pushed as the water's come in. You've been pushed into the centre by about 10 feet, say. Not that it matters now because you are clear of the building anyway.
Okay, if it's my go now, I'm going to put this past you. Because we're underwater, weight is not quite the same as it would be above ground, correct?
What would not be the
The
same?
weight of people and stuff like that.
Well, no, your weight still doesn't affect your weight, does it? It just means you're more buoyant.
True. So, would you let me get away with mage hands when I say I can't use more than £10 to be able to pull HK this way?
No, because I don't think Mage Hand is. It doesn't have any physical strength to it, so I don't think you can. I can't remember what the wording is for Mage Hand, but I don't think you would be able to pull him.
You can use your action to control the
If you've got it
hand.
there.
You can use the hand to manipulate an object, open an unlocked door or container, stow or retrieve an item from an open container, or pour the contents out of a vial. You can move the hand up to 30 feet. It's a weight up, carry more than a weight that I'm worried about, which is £10. Is or better. It's like how move him or at all.
No, he weighs a lot more than
it's
10
the
pounds.
underwater bit that I was trying to see if that would make any difference.
If you're underwater, you still weigh the same. You just have more buoyancy. So no, I don't think that would work. I don't think it would really work for it. And also, it's components of verbal. You're underwater now. I don't think you'd really be able to utter the words you need to utter to make it work.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry.
I thought at least try. How far away is he from me? I'm at the door.
Oh Christ! He was 40 feet inside away from the door, and you're at least 10, 20 feet outside of it.
I would have been
Wherever
a
it was when
doorway.
you ended up on your last turn.
Unfortunately,
You were
yeah.
in the doorway.
Unfortunately, my
so-
flame's gone out the window now because I'm in water.
Well, if you were in the doorway and it's the water, the force of the water has pushed you 10 feet in, you were inside. You were in the building, so you're going to have to
Yeah.
use some movement to get
In that
out.
case,
Otherwise, you're going to get buried as
that's
well.
fine, wasn't me? In that case, there's still a squad. I can do much. HK to make him go further forward. So unfortunately, I'm going to make my way back out the doorway towards the outer limits of the where the shield was.
So you swim back out after the water's flooded you. That's fine. Mugnef, it is HK decisive moment. You got to get out.
Does the wall look significantly weakened that I might be able to just shoulder barge through?
With 20 points of damage done to it, yeah, I said 30 points or more would break it. So you could either shoot it with your shoulder
I
cannon
haven't got any charges left.
and then try and get out, or you could, as you say, you can make a strength check and see if you can break through it with 10 points of damage more, or you could just wallop it with your hammer if you want to. You could see from the inside that something has just blasted into the wall and tried to, but you're swimming now. I mean, it's it's just flooded instantly. I would say you've gone back 10 feet, but you have pretty much just climbed over that rubble. So even if you did get knocked back, you're just going to go into effectively a wall.
All right, I'll
That plus, as we said, underwater before your weight, you're probably on the floor of it anyway, and just maybe just like push back ever so slightly. But
I'll run at the wall. I'll use the stats for my iron fist, but for flavor, I'll say I'm headbutting my way through it.
okay, go for it. Just roll damage. I mean AC. I mean you're gonna hit it. It's a fucking wall.
12.
Just enough damage. You burst through the wall. So for everyone outside of this castle, you see as it's crumbling, as it's falling down, HK just erupts out of the rubble, out of the wall, as it just collapses behind him. Just made it out in time. And I think everyone
HK's home.
the castle as it comes down behind you all. You're all underwater, but I will take you out of initiative. You've got out. I had another 2 rounds in mind before I said that it would, in my notes, before I said it would collapse, but I thought I'll give it a D20, just,
Yeah.
Volta's doing damage to it, water's rushing in, just to see if it's just going to go D20 roll, 50-50, and it went. So, but everyone's out. That's the main thing. And you can all safely swim up to the surface. Blub, 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 blub. And pull yourselves exhaustedly out onto the bank. It is... You left in the morning to go down there. Probably you've been down there a couple of hours, late morning. And there's this a group of dwarves hanging around on the bank. They sort of see you down the road. You don't come out where you went in, perhaps. They just sort of see you down the road. They're there! They're there! They've come up! They've come up! And they sort of hurriedly come running over to assist you. And they will take you then back to
I'll
the
say
camp.
thank you in Dwarvish.
Anyone that's particularly wounded, and they appreciate that. And they take you back. And anyone that's particularly wounded, they'll basically patch you up, and they will give you. Let me see. They will give you. Oh, for Christ's sake! You all receive 2 points of health back.
2.
They're not
Thanks,
particularly.
At least your rolls have been
I know.
consistent tonight.
My rolls have been terrible. But yeah,
That really is the
decent
football
healing,
trainer's
and
magic
you
sponge.
all receive 2 points of.
Yeah.
That really is a
they're not
sponge full of
particularly
water,
great
isn't it?
Yeah.
Run it off, lads.
Yeah, then they're not adept at healing, these guys. But you do arrive back, and I would say you can all take a short rest if you like. They know that you need to recuperate. To take a short rest, and an hour or so later, Razanog will meet with you. He'll come into whatever tent you're in. Welcome back. Welcome back. How'd it go down there? Did you get the answers?
I think.
In a way.
We certainly have a direction and a pathway to go in now.
Yes.
And what would that be? You're not giving me very much.
The first thing to do would be to dry ourselves off and then head to the nearest temple of Pelor, I believe.
Pelor?
Aye.
Yeah, we met him down there. Unfortunately, he's not the right god, but he's given us something.
Unfortunately.
A god nonetheless.
You met a god and you think it's unfortunate.
Unfortunately, hasn't he? Didn't get. Oh, it wasn't the god we wanted.
I still consider us fortunate to escape out of there, and we have furthered our knowledge and.
I just see like Christmas morning Ben opening his presents like, it's not the one I wanted. Just tossing it aside.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah,
thanks.
Thought it was
yes.
a nice Star Wars
And
sort of reference.
Pelor gave us a way to commune with him from the temples, in which we could potentially gain, maybe not passage, but certainly get messages to Malnoris to help us and aid us.
That is interesting news. That is very interesting news. Well, temples of Pelor. There isn't any in Khan Lordi, I can tell you that much. But perhaps in the city just up the road, there might be something. I mean, he's more of a a god to all, I suppose. But it's usually humans that worship him, and he's a Lord of Light, I suppose, isn't he?
True.
Yes.
Very true.
I don't know much about him like that. Certainly not someone that I worship. Well, Moradin all the way for me, Moradin. Well, I suppose if you've got some direction, then that's good.
Yeah. I think we have to get our thoughts together, and any information we got, I'm sure we can pass on to make sure you're well up to date.
That's right. I think we shouldn't tarry and we should head on up there.
Well, take the time you need. I can see you're all pretty beaten up. Take the time you need. Rest here, and when you're ready to leave, you can leave, and we'll pack up and we'll head home. Don't forget, we'll be in touch once your abode near Khan Lodi is ready. Then we'll let you know, and indeed your airship, we'll get that along to you as soon as that's ready as well, once that's commissioned. But for the meantime, take a rest, if you wish.
Oh, thank you. Do we have a contact point for you as well, Your Majesty?
Oh, you know where I am. I'm in Khan Lodi. You can send messages to me.
True.
Just find yourself a messenger and send a letter or something like that.
Appreciate it.
I mean, there's magic users out in the world that can send messages by magical means. You could possibly do that as well, but if not, send me a letter. I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy.
Talking of magic users, Your Majesty, do you know in your kingdom of any magic users who can commune with the departed?
It's interesting. Not to my knowledge, but there may be one or two.
This was a
I'm trying to think
potential
of
pathway.
which particular?
that we approached Pelor about. He seemed to think this was a possible way of moving forwards.
No, yeah, so I thought I
Yeah,
would
there
ask.
was. I'm trying to think. There was whoever it was in the earlier episodes, obviously before we streamed, who it was you actually. There was a deity who enabled you to do so. I can't remember off the top of my head, but something to look out for next time. So I think what will happen is I think Raznog will leave you. So obviously I gave you a short rest, but you can take a long rest, which will probably put you towards the end of the day, or you could say you can rest up until the following day,
Yeah, we'll have a
and then you
hearty
can
meal
make
and
tracks
such.
in whatever direction you like. I think as it's 11:15. It's a good place to leave it before we embark on another adventure. But you found some information. I think next time Raznog might probably question you further on a few bits and bobs, but I'd like to sort of think about what I'd like to question you on before I just jump straight into it, because I'm getting tired and I can't think of how I want to phrase it. So, yes, and there's a few other things I want to go through for your rest as well. But all things that can be revealed next time. Because I think that was a fairly full-on episode, really, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yes.
Surviving
We've had the
combats
shadow of
and meeting
death.
knights and escaping crumbling castles. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Excellent.
definitely.
We've been under the shadow of death for the last 2 weeks, waiting for this session, and then you throw another one at us. It's like, bloody hell!
Really?
I can think of nothing clever to get out of this one.
It
In
got pretty hairy towards the end there.
in that case,
Major
guys,
illusion this.
we're gonna set that as the end of episode 8, season 2 of The Fall of Vaybaba. I've been Gilded Branch as Logan. Above me, Steve Corbs 100 as Walther.
Goodbye.
Over
Cheers.
this away is Captain Danface as our resident Warforge HK. We got Ben Kerno as Mugneth,
Thank
singing
you,
dancing
and
bard.
see you later.
And all our thanks, as usual, to Captain Gingerbeard for running, writing, making this entire thing, and putting it all together.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So, if anyone's
You're
got time or
welcome.
anything, we're going to go over and raid. Thank you for watching. So,
Thank you very much.
Mm.